And now for the last look. Amid the Trump administration's dizzying efforts to transform the country, one may have escaped your notice. Here is Trump describing it in 2023.
We will support baby boomers, and we will support baby bonuses for a new baby boom. How does that sound? That sounds pretty. I want a baby boom.
The New York Times reports that the Trump administration is actively considering so-called pro-natalist policies, including a $5,000 baby bonus to mothers for each new birth. There is a logic to it. America, like much of the rich world, has a problem. America's fertility rate, the number of children the average woman has, is 1.62. That's far less than the so-called replacement rate, the number of children it would take to keep a nation's population stable, which is 2.1. Population decline means lower economic output. It also leads to more elderly people compared to working-age people, which means fewer able-bodied workers paying taxes and more old folks drawing retirement. Some of these problems can be allayed by immigration, but too much immigration comes with backlash, as we've seen throughout the Western world. America is far from alone in its fertility crisis. Every advanced economy in the OECD falls short of this mark, except for Israel, due in large part to its ultra-Orthodox community, where the average woman has 6.4 children. The world's wealthiest man, Elon Musk, says this demographic crisis is, for most countries, the single biggest problem they need to solve. He has fathered at least 13 children to do his part for humanity. Different countries have found different ways to try to solve the problem. Let's look at Hungary, a place the Trump administration loves. Hungary's Viktor Orban-led government offers a sum that is roughly equivalent to 5 years minimum wage for those who pledge to have a child. Once they have children, new parents can stay at home for up to 3 years with full pay. Families who want to buy cars and homes are eligible for subsidies. But as Ivo Forder from the Central European University points out, many of these benefits are not universal. They apply only to heterosexual married couples, and some have income requirements. The results are mixed. Hungary did experience a boost in fertility, reaching a rate of 1.61 in 2021, but that number has sunk to 1.38 in 2024. Consider another country, France. It has been pro-natalist for decades. The country's policies include extremely generous tax breaks for families, cash transfers every month until a child turns 3, 16 weeks of maternity leave, and 4 weeks of paternity leave. Since 2000, France has consistently spent around 3.5% of its GDP on family benefits, making it the highest spender on this stuff in the OECD. These policies have paid off. France has among the highest fertility rates in the European Union at 1.66 children per woman in 2023. Demographers say that part of France's success is based on the consistency of its policy over the years and the sheer amount of money devoted to it. But money alone doesn't solve the problem always. In South Korea, the government has spent hundreds of billions of dollars on pro-natalist policies, including monthly cash transfers and housing support to families. It's also increased parental leave. Nonetheless, its fertility rate was 0.7 children per woman in 2023, the lowest in the OECD. This is a legitimate crisis. The country's workforce could shrink by half in the next 40 years. Why is this happening? Well, there's a fascinating possibility flagged by Michelle Goldberg in the New York Times. According to the Nobel-winning economist Claudia Goldin, the lowest fertility countries are ones like South Korea that modernized quickly. In these countries, women gained access rapidly to advanced education and career opportunities, but gender norms have still not caught up. Family structures remain patriarchal, and mothers don't get much help with childcare from fathers. That may make them decide against having more children. One policy that does seem to make a difference in the fertility rate is paid parental leave. Maybe that's something the Trump administration should consider. The U.S. is the only OECD country that does not offer national maternity leave, and it spends very little on family support policies, among the least in the bloc. In other words, however desirable a baby boom may be, the U.S. will need a lot more than $5,000 to pull it off. Meanwhile, however Trump may feel about it, immigrants are filling the demographic gap.